Hey guys, my name is Jamie Dawson, and what I chose to do over this assignment with J. Patrick Lewis, I believe it was the last module I had done. I had done it over J. Patrick Lewis with a book that was called A Hippopotamusant. He wrote a bunch of poems and made it into a book all about different things. So since I'd already used him previously for one of my books, I thought it would be kind of cool to kind of dive into his life and what he has done to become as successful as he has. So he was born May 5th, 1942. He's very smart. He initially got his associate's degree. Didn't think that was good enough. Went for his bachelor's. Still didn't think that was good enough. Went for his master's. I believe in the state of Indiana is where he had grown up, and I believe that's still where he got his master's. And then he decided to move on to his PhD, the highest level you can go, and he went to Ohio State University for that, and he got it in economics. So he became an economics teacher for years, and he decided that that wasn't cutting it for him anymore. So he decided that he wanted to write full time, and so he quit his economics job and he started writing full time. And he's very successful. He's had over 80 published books that were at least poems, at least 80 that were honors, if not award winners. So he's done a lot of great things. Some of the stuff he's published, one short, cute little poem is One Cow, Two Moos, and then Lady Day. Those are really good short poems for children, especially One Cow, Two Moos for kids that are just getting to where they're speaking and understanding what animals are. It's a good short little poem that they think was pretty funny, I think. So the poem that I chose to do is Juke Joints on a Saturday Night. So I think it would be really good for kids. While he does write for some adults, most of his work is for children. And so I chose this one because it has some really great comparisons in it. There's a line towards the end that talks about the Delta Airlines. And so I think that would probably needed to be explained to children, but depending on how old they are, so it may not even need to be explained. So my poem that I chose goes, Juke joint's about to come alive. It looks like a bee outside a hive. And when the hive begins to hum, it's like a dim in a distant drum. And when the drum begins to beat, it's like a circus down the street. And when the street begins to fill, it's like a sudden summer chill. And just as summer simmers down, it's like fireworks over town. Don't matter what the preachers say, this congregation's here to stay. Because when the juke joint comes alive, it's when the Delta Blue arrives. So that's kind of where I got to when I said the Delta airline. You may need to, well, I know that's an airline, Delta, so that may need to be explained and it may not. So something that I really thought was neat out of that was how he made like the summer chills and the simmering down. I thought that was really neat because children can relate to that, because once summer ends, school starts, fall picks up, and so summer is coming to an end and the temperature is dropping. So I kind of thought that was neat that he made the comparisons. And the same thing to the beehives and the hum. You hear a whole bunch of bees, and they have that sound to them. So I thought that was really cool. And so there's so many good things to say, and for a conclusion on it, he still does a lot of good work, and I foresee him to continue writing as long as he can. And I think not only adults but children for sure will be able to benefit from him writing. He does a lot of great things still to the community. He still contributes quite a bit. He goes over to 50 schools a year and does workshops. He does book signs, book fairs, and then he will actually hold conferences with teachers that shows how to introduce poetry. So he does a lot of good things that are still continuing to keep the poetry alive, but while going to schools and giving those children a little insight on what he does and how he's done it. I think it's really, really cool that he goes around and does all these things, introduces himself, reads his books. I think that's really cool also. So the fact that he's still contributing, being in his 70s, like I said, he was born on May 5th, 1942, so he's 70-some years old, and he's still going around making sure he's doing all these things. He quit his job in economics to go write, and he was very successful. So it's nice that he is still having that passion to do what he loves to do. So anyway, that's what I wrote about. That's what my trifold is also about. So I hope you guys learned a little bit more about J. Patrick Lewis. Thanks.